Hello, and welcome to this self-confidence hypnotherapy session for easing insecurity in relationships. Using this session will allow your unconscious mind to begin creating a steadier, calmer, more secure way of being with the people who matter to you. You know, there's been times when you wondered too much about what someone meant, or worried whether you were enough, or you felt a need for reassurance, even when part of you already knew the truth was far more comfortable than any self-created fear. And it's interesting, isn't it, how insecurity can disguise itself as a form of protection. It might say to you, check again, or ask again, or hold on tighter, when really there's a deeper part of you that's ready now to feel safe within yourself. Real relationship confidence doesn't come from controlling another person. It comes from knowing your own value. It comes from feeling grounded in your body, steady in your heart, and clear in your mind. And a healthy relationship is not a place where you lose yourself. It's a place where you can be more yourself. And as you listen today, your unconscious mind can begin to loosen those old fears, soften those old doubts, and strengthen that quiet inner certainty that says, I am worthy of love, respect, and honesty. And you don't need to chase security outside of yourself when security grows within. You don't need to grip on tightly when you can trust your own balance. And in this session, you can begin to experience a calmer kind of connection. One where you feel open without feeling exposed. Where you can be loving and feel loved without being dependent. And you can be confident without needing to prove anything. And now you can settle into a place where you can relax and remain undisturbed for a while, and take a few moments now to get comfortable. And just begin to notice how good it can feel to just let yourself begin to relax. And now allow your eyes to rest gently on a spot in front of you. Perhaps it's a point on the wall or a shadow, or simply staring into space ahead of you. And as you look at that spot, take a slow, deep breath in. Hold it for a moment. And then gently let it out. That's right. And now take another deep breath in. And this time as you breathe out, just allow the muscles around the eyes to soften and to begin to relax. Letting go of any tension, just allowing the muscles to gently ease themselves into a place of calm and peace. Just let those eyelids become heavier, comfortably heavy. They're so relaxed that in a moment when you choose to close them, you can let those eyes relax so deeply that they simply don't want to open. And now take another deep breath in. And this time, as you breathe out, just let your eyes close naturally. That's it. And with your eyes resting closed, just relax the tiny muscles around your eyelids. Relax them so completely that you know that they could stay comfortably closed for as long as you rest here. And when you're sure that they're so relaxed, so at ease, just test them lightly. Just enough to prove that relaxation and find that they remain comfortably closed. And that feels so good. And now just stop testing and let that relaxation flow through your face, softening your scalp, relaxing the muscles in your forehead, the relaxation flowing down through your cheeks into your jaw, your tongue becoming at rest, your throat softening. And you can send that same relaxed feeling down into the shoulders and the arms, all the way down to the hands, to the end of your fingers. Feel it flowing down your chest, your stomach, your hips, your legs, through your feet, all the way down to the tips of your toes. In a moment, I'll ask you to open and close your eyes. And when you close them, you'll double this feeling of relaxation, going even deeper. Open your eyes and then close them again, doubling that relaxation. And that feels so good, so peaceful. And again, open the eyes and then close them and double that relaxation. And now one more time. Open and then close. Deeply down now. And now just imagine the number 100 in your mind. And as you count silently backwards, imagine the numbers in your mind beginning to fade, starting from 100, silently counting backwards. Let each number dissolve. 100, fading. 99, drifting. 98, becoming faint. And as you count down, the numbers can disappear completely. because you know you don't need them now. You can just let them go. And as the numbers fade, you go even deeper. And as you rest here, listening to my voice, imagine yourself standing at the beginning of a quiet garden path. This is no ordinary garden. It's the garden of inner security. The air here is warm and clear. The ground beneath your feet feels steady and supportive. The earth itself knowing how to hold you just right. And with every step along this path, your body relaxes more deeply and your mind becomes more open to helpful change. 10 steps now, and with each step you go deeper, more relaxed, more at ease. 10. A soft breeze touches your face. 9. Your shoulders drop and loosen even more. 8. Your chest becoming open and easy. The gentle rise and fall of your chest as you breathe in. And out. 7. Your stomach softening as though any old tightness is melting away. 6. Your hips and legs becoming comfortably heavy. 5. Halfway down now into the deepest level of calm. 4. Every sound, every pause between the words can help you relax even deeper. 3. Every breath takes you further inwards. 2. Nearly there. And 1. Deeply relaxed. Ahead of you is a beautiful old tree with strong roots spreading deep into the ground. Its branches reach upwards, open and free, yet its roots hold firm. And there's some part of you that can understand this tree. Because a person can be open and loving while still being rooted. A person can connect deeply and still remain whole. And you may notice the bark, the leaves, the filtered light, the sense of quiet strength. And as you move closer in your mind, you find a comfortable place to rest near this tree. And with each breath, imagine drawing in that rooted strength. Breathing in steadiness. Breathing out old insecurities. Breathing in self-worth. Breathing out unnecessary doubt. And somewhere deep inside the unconscious mind begins to learn from this tree. And as you rest here, deeply relaxed, you can begin to notice how insecurity was never really your identity. It was just a habit, a learned response, a signal from an older part of the mind that wanted to keep you safe. And you can appreciate that part of you for trying. You can thank it gently, and then you can let it know very clearly that you're learning a better way now. The old way may have tried to protect you by imagining rejection before it happened, by looking for signs, by reading too much into silence, to timing or to small changes. But there's a calmer, wiser part of you that knows that guessing is not knowing. Fear is not intuition, and needing constant proof is not the same as being loved. And from this moment forwards, your unconscious mind begins separating the old fears from the present reality. You begin to notice what's actually happening, rather than what insecurity used to imagine. You begin to breathe before reacting, to pause, to soften, to return to yourself. And as you return, you feel stronger. And maybe you can recall a time when you felt uncertain in your relationship. See that memory as though it's on a movie screen in a theatre. There you are, perhaps waiting for a message, wondering about someone's mood, replaying a conversation, and feeling that sudden drop inside. And as you watch that old version of you, just notice that person wasn't weak. That person was trying to feel safe. And here now, from this calm place, you can offer that old self something better. Just imagine walking into that scene with the grounded strength you have now. You look at that younger, earlier self with kindness. You say, you are enough even before anyone responds. You're valuable even when someone is quiet. You are secure because you belong to yourself. And those words go in deeply. You are enough even before anyone responds. You are valuable even when someone is quiet. You are secure because you belong to yourself. Let those words settle. And as you do, you can see the old self begin to change. The breathing slows. The face softens. The hands relax. That old urge to chase, to question, to test begins to dissolve. A new response is forming. Calm confidence, centered communication, and a quiet self-respect. And whenever insecurity used to rise, your body now remembers to breathe and to slow. Your shoulders soften, your feet feel the ground, and your mind says, pause, return, respond from a place of self-worth. And the more you practice this, the more natural it becomes. I remember a story once of a traveller who carried a lantern through a dark forest. At first he held the lantern far out in front of him, trying to light every possible path, every shadow, every unknown bend. He soon became tired. No matter how far he stretched his arm, there was always more darkness ahead. His arm grew tired with the effort, and so he held the lantern close enough, just so he could see the next step. And when the traveller did, he realized he didn't need the light to shine the entire forest to be safe. He only needed enough light for the next confident step. In relationships, you don't need to solve every future possibility. You don't need to know every thought. You don't need to prevent every disappointment. You only need enough inner light for the next confident step. And there may be times in the future when a tiny flicker of the old pattern tries to appear. And that's fine, because that flicker becomes a reminder to breathe, a reminder to return, and a reminder to respond from a place of self-worth. And every time you do, the new pattern strengthens. Calm becomes familiar, trust becomes natural, and self-respect becomes automatic. And now just imagine stepping into a future self, a secure self, one who loves with warmth, speaks with honesty, listens with balance, and stands with a quiet confidence. Step into that self now. See through those eyes, breathe with that chest, feel that grounded body. And just notice how different relationships feel when you're not begging for proof, but just allowing connection. Notice how attractive, calm self-worth becomes. And notice how peaceful it is to know that you are enough and that you act from that knowledge. And let that knowing become a part of you now, deep in your unconscious, in the body and in the heart, secure, steady, and free. And now it's time to bring this session to a close. In a few moments, I'll guide you back to full waking awareness, bringing with you the calm strength, the inner security, and the quiet confidence your unconscious mind has been creating. But before you return fully, take one more moment beneath that strong, rooted tree. Notice the roots again, deep, steady and reliable. Notice the branches, open, flexible and reaching. And understand that this is now a symbol your mind can keep. Rooted and open, steady and loving, secure and free. In a moment I'll count from 1 to 5. And at 5 your eyes can open and you can return feeling refreshed, clear, calm and comfortably alert. 1. Beginning to return now, bringing back every useful change. 2. Feeling the body beneath you, the surface supporting you, the room around you. 3. Breathing a little more deeply, energy gently returning to the muscles, feeling fresh and alive. 4. Becoming more alert now as though you've had a rest so deep and return so much stronger. And 5. Eyes open when you're ready, wide awake, feeling clear and calm. And as you return, notice that you don't have to force this change. You can simply allow it to unfold. And from this moment forward, whenever you notice your feet on the ground and take a slow breath, your unconscious mind can reconnect with this grounded confidence. That simple breath becomes a quiet signal to pause, to return, and to respond from a place of self-worth. And whether you're speaking with someone waiting for a response or simply enjoying your own company, that calm self-respect can rise naturally within you. And you may surprise yourself by how easily you let the small things remain small, how naturally you trust yourself, and how comfortably you allow connection to your breath. And each day, in subtle and more obvious ways, you become more secure within yourself, and that inner security improves the way you relate to others. Thank you for joining me on this journey today. You've taken the time to strengthen something deeply important within yourself. Allow these changes to continue settling in gently and naturally, and the more you return to this calm inner certainty, the more familiar and automatic it becomes. Thank you for listening. Take care of yourself, and until next time, goodbye and good mental health.